Welcome back, guys. I'm outside. It's a beautiful day. I'm sweating. The weather is absolutely perfect. Today, I'm going to show you 3 band exercises that will absolutely scorch your chest, your abs, your shoulders, your legs, your entire body. They are specific mainly to the chest and the core, but if you do it right, your entire body should be on fire when you get done, and that includes your lungs. Now, when it gets this hot and you're sweating a lot, you have to make sure that you hydrate. I use Hydrate by Transparent Labs. It's real important. Rather than just drinking water, you want to make sure that you get electrolytes in, and you want to make sure that you choose electrolytes that don't have a lot of junk in them. Transparent Labs does not put any of that garbage in. It's all clean ingredients, and for me, that is important. That's why I use it, and that is how I stay healthier and stay one step ahead of the game. I'll have it linked in the description if you need it. Check it out, and you can also check out the rest of my supplement stack. Everything that I use is linked in the description. Now, let's get right to those 3 exercises. Shred up those abs, shred up those pecs. Let's get ready for summer, guys. All right, guys, for these exercises, all you need is 1 resistance band. I'm using a covered resistance band. It's the same one that I've used for years, just different color. It's got a nylon sheath on the outside, rubber inside, so if it snaps inside of the sheath, and I don't get snapped, I don't get any welts, no other bodily injuries. I'll have it linked in the description if you need. Let's get to the first exercise, the single arm chest core fly. Target chest and abdominals. So you're gonna need to find some sort of an anchor point. Since I'm outside, I am using a sled. I've got some weight on it so that it doesn't move with me. All you have to do is take your resistance band and loop it right around your anchor. Again, you can use any anchor you want. You can use a tree, you can use a fence post, you can use a basketball goal. Whatever you can find will work as long as it's steady and sturdy. So now that I've got my band anchored, I want to take both of my handles and put them together. You can interlock them if you want. Otherwise, keep them side by side. You get a bigger grip, and if you have a bigger grip, it's going to lead to a stronger contraction overall. Setup. Legs are about shoulder width apart. I want some tension on the band, and you can see it's a little bit lower. I want to take the band, pull back on it. Once I have my chest stretched out completely, I want to take the other arm and mimic the opposite side. So I want to squeeze forward, and you'll see I want to squeeze from the pecs. I'm going to take this pec and squeeze it the same exact way. Now, with my legs planted and my hips square, I'm going to get a solid contraction at the abdominals. So I want to keep my elbows slightly bent, squeeze my chest extra tight, keep the core tight the entire time. So I want to keep constant resistance on the band. What I like to do is take sets of 10 reps where I can't get any more on the 10th rep. I like to keep a slow cadence, lock the abdominals in place, squeeze extra hard on both sides, chest nice and high, and then release. Make sure you do the same amount of reps on the other side. You may feel that one side is stronger than the other. My left pec is a lot stronger than my right, so sometimes I like to take an extra set or so on the right pec just to make sure that I'm getting extra strengthening and conditioning. Okay, exercise number 2 is a variation of exercise number 1. We're gonna anchor it the same exact way, so same anchor position. We're gonna retract the shoulder blades the same way we did the first time. We're gonna pre-engage the abdominals or the core. We're gonna make sure that our legs are braced, and I'm screwing my feet into the floor. Pull back on the shoulders, and I'm gonna squeeze all the way, same deal, squeezing from my pecs until I touch my other hand. I'm now going to pull in with both hands, press back out, and I'm now gonna release the opposite hand. So I'm back into my core chest fly. So I'm gonna squeeze again, abdominals tight, right into the sternum, so I'm making a straight line. And you can see straight line. I've got to contract the arms, shoulders, abs, and chest extra tight. So keep tension on the band, squeeze, chest nice and high, abs nice and tight, to center, pull in, press straight back out, no deviations, no movement in the hips, and then release. If you got that right, you should be out of breath. That is a lot of contraction, and it is systemic contraction. My entire body is contracting as hard as I can. So you want to make sure that you breathe throughout the entire exercise. Don't hold your breath. If you do, you might end up on the floor with someone giving you mouth to mouth. All right, this is awesome. I'm still out of breath. Exercise number 3. Same anchor point position. This time, we're gonna squeeze back just like we did in number 1 and number 2. Same exact start. I'm gonna squeeze my chest as hard as I can, core nice and tight, to the center, grip, pull in center, press all the way back out until I can't anymore, and now I'm gonna rotate all the way back to start. Now I'm gonna actually go past and squeeze all the way back, return hips to start, squeeze to center, pull all the way back in. So I'm not releasing this anymore. I've got control of it, core is nice and tight. I'm gonna press all the way around, all the way back to start, and you can see it's getting difficult for me to even talk during this. Squeeze straight, core nice and tight. I am rotating this leg, so I'm spinning on my foot. As I rotate back, I'm gonna spin that foot, pull the belly button into the spine, all the way back out, flex, and back in, back out, and woof, release. As usual, absolutely magnificent. As always, I know if I'm out of breath, I've done something right. So don't be afraid of being out of breath. It's a good thing. Don't think you're not in shape. You are. You just may have worked a little bit harder than you did before, which leads to progress and improvement. For all of these exercises, 10 reps with as much tension as you can develop. As much tension as you can develop. So you want to make sure that that band is tight the entire time. You're not using a light band where you're barely getting any contraction when you take it forward or any contraction in the waist when you rotate to the side. So make sure you choose the appropriate band resistance so that you get the most out of your exercises. I like to take 4 to 5 sets of each exercise. That means do the same exercise 4 to 5 times. Make sure, again, you switch to the opposite side, then come back. So you really don't need a lot of rest time in between. So if I do my left side and I get my 10 reps, I'm gonna go right over to the right side, get my 10 reps. I can take as much rest as I need at this point, or I can go right back to the opposite side and knock out those reps. So 4 to 5 rounds of that for each exercise. If you get that right, abs should be on fire, chest should be on fire, shoulders, arms, you should be out of breath. Your legs should be tired because they screw your body into the ground and actually anchor it. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and I love this kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I will see you all the next time.